Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your April 2017 mid-month readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today and welcome to any newcomers who are here for the first time. Thank you, as always, to those of you who continue to watch and listen and subscribe and for taking the time to write all your comments and send such lovely support and feedback. And to those of you who continue to keep me so busy with personal one-on-one readings, thank you so very much. I'm so very grateful for the trust that you place in me to interpret and intuit the cards. And thank you for to my regular clients as well for the consistent feedback that you send and how those readings continue to play out in your lives. And if any of you are interested in a reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on that About or Description button on my channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information and has my email address. Feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do readings full-time 6 days a week, so current turnaround time for personal readings is anywhere from a few days upwards of 2 weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time we can schedule a reading for you live or recorded. I do love romance compatibility, career work and finance, year overviews, channeled messages, and a variety of others as well. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. Now, these are general readings, so make sure to check your rising and your moon sign as well. They may play out a little more predictively for you over the next couple of weeks. They just may give you additional bits of insight and clarity, particularly if your primary sun sign video doesn't resonate with you as much, because of course there's so many of you watching. It's not going to mean the same thing to the same degree for everyone watching. So try to check your sun, moon, and rising if you can. I am using the Gilded Tarot by artist Cyril Marchetti, drawing the customary 8 cards I typically do, with an additional 9th card from the bottom of the deck representing overall energy and advice. So let's move right into this reading. This is for Leo for April 2017, mid-month. I had to turn my fan off there. Leo, April 2017, mid-month. What does the remainder of this beautiful month of April have in store for the fire sign of Leo? Leo the lion. Okay, Leo. We begin with the 9 of Swords, followed by the 5 of Cups. Stressing out a little too much, Leo. Next to that, we have the 4 of Swords, followed by the World. The Queen of Wands, followed by the 10 of Swords. Temperance, followed by the 9 of Wands. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and advice is the Star. Beautiful card. I love that card. So Leo, it looks like some of you may have temporarily gotten yourselves into a bit of a mental or emotional rut, unnecessarily so, because we begin with the combination of the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Cups, which I don't like seeing this combination of energy for you because it represents that you're pretty much pouring all this mental and emotional energy into whatever the source of your anxiety, stress, pain is. And looking over the rest of these cards, Leo, I think for a lot of you, you're dwelling on something painful, I think, for a lot of you. And for some of you, this 10 of Swords, this betrayal card here, stabbed in the back, kind of a sense of betrayal. This could be attached to a particular person and a relationship, romantic relationship, friendship. It could even be in career and workplace. But there's a feeling of a sense of hurt and betrayal that I feel like has happened in the past. It could be very recently or longer than that, but I feel like for some reason, okay, I just got that for a handful of you. This has actually happened quite some time ago, but something has triggered, maybe something has triggered some memories, and for a minute you're just kind of stuck back into that pain, that heartache. So the 9 of Swords. Swords is air energy. So the suit of swords is all about what goes on up in our heads, our outlooks and perspectives, belief systems, words, ideas, communication. It's also about truth and illumination, but it's very mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. The Nine of Swords is a card that represents a lot of mental and emotional energy being put into stressing about something, whatever the source of your stress, worry. I think for a lot of you, it's this something painful which happened, which felt like a betrayal for a lot of you. The nature of that, of course, is going to vary because there's so many of you watching. But it feels like you've gotten stuck. Some of you, this is something that happened very recently, and you're just dwelling a lot on it mentally and emotionally. Some of the energy of the Nine of Swords is illusionary, meaning that this is a card which pops up often when somebody is thinking too much about something. They have it made out to be too big or much worse than it actually is reflected in the reality of the environment itself or the situation itself, which is symbolized by this little owl, too. You know, everything on a tarot card is symbolic, it has meaning. Owls being one of those universal symbols of wisdom, insight, enlightenment. There's a solution and out something here, but she can't see it. She's not paying attention to it because she's completely consumed with whatever the source of her pain, her stress, her anxiety. It's not that big and it's not that bad, and it's not to trivialize whatever the source of this pain or heartache or betrayal is or has been, Leo, but it's just there's too much energy being put into it, particularly because that Nine of Swords is paired with the Five of Cups. So cups is water. This is emotional energy here. The suit of cups is about our emotional landscape, feelings, relationships, love. The Five of Cups is a card about dwelling, again, all your mental and emotional energy being spent on, well, for this man, it's these three tipped over goblets, which represent something he's lost, something which has been taken from him, the source of pain, grief, loss, separation. And he's completely focused on this, basically kind of being stuck in the past. But behind him, because this is the Five of Cups, not the Three of Cups, behind him are these two golden goblets, upright, full, beautiful, representing that there are still blessings in his life which he can't see or he's not paying attention to, or opportunities which are right around him or are coming, which you may miss because your attention is basically focused in the past or on something else that has happened. And we can't look in two directions at once. Wherever our attention is focused, that's kind of where we're living. So again, Leo, I don't like to see this for you. So forewarned is forearmed. Try to pull as much of this energy back as you can, because you've got this one. You've shown up here in your own reading too as the Queen of Wands, and I feel like some of you have fallen into kind of gotten stuck into this rut or this bit of abyss. And for some of you, it's been devaluing, or you're doubting yourself, or whoever's hurt you or betrayed you, or whether it's a person or a situation. I feel like it's caused a lot of you to doubt your own worth and your own value or your own skills or expertise. And it's time to kind of take that, pull back on that energy, take some time out, start taking some better care of yourself, and take time to look at everything that you've accomplished, how far that you've come already from where you started to where you are now, which we have next in the Four of Swords, along with the World. So the Four of Swords, this is a card of rest and respite. This is a card which can represent being tired, exhausted, worn out, depleted. It's a card that represents either you're taking a time out or you need to take a time out, withdrawal from conflict, even if it's just temporary. Carve out a niche of time for yourself, or get away for a little vacation if you can. This is a card about withdrawing from conflict, taking a break to take better care of yourself, nurture yourself, and perhaps to go within and seek out some insight too, and get a more clear perspective. Kind of remove yourself as much as you can from whatever the source of this dwelling on this negativity and this pain is, and take another look at how far you've come. Don't allow yourself to get really torqued up and stripped down of your value and your self-esteem. Don't allow whoever or whatever kind of caused this to do that to you. Now, the Four of Swords is paired with the World card. It's a beautiful card, major arcana card. This is a completion card, a milestone. This represents basically feeling on top of the world, having reached, my analogy for the World card is that you've reached the top of a mountain. You've reached the top, you're at the pinnacle, and not to say that there aren't other mountains in life. You've climbed a few already, there's still more to climb, but this one has been particularly significant. And the World card represents kind of being at that place and that milestone or completion place, and looking back, taking time to acknowledge yourself, acknowledge how far you've come, what it took to get you from where you started to now, particularly in this situation, whatever it is that you're dwelling on, whether it's a painful breakup, a relationship that you're having difficulty letting go, or the memories are cropping up, or perhaps a depressing, job or career path situation, whatever it is. Acknowledge what you have done. Acknowledge all your strengths while you're focusing on, negativities and weakness. Don't pull back some of that energy, Leo. You are a beautiful, powerful Leonine presence, and you need to pull back, take a step back from all this negative focus, kind of withdraw from that, even get away if you can, and take time to kind of acknowledge what you've done, acknowledge all your yourself, your value, your skills, and everything that you've done, and consider what might be on the horizon for you, possibilities, potentials, which are out there, kind of limitless, really. I feel like you just kind of get temporarily stuck in a rut. Again, some of you, this is going to be something that happened recently that you're still kind of consumed by, and for some of you, it happened a while back, but for some reason, something has triggered a memory and you get kind of caught up in the sadness and the grief and the anger again. But you can and will triumph, Leo. Next to that, we have the Queen of Wands. Here you are, Gur, over the Ten of Swords. So here's that kind of betrayal stabbed in the back card. The Ten of Swords, as you can see, kind of represents an unexpected situation, something which happened which left you feeling kind of unexpectedly betrayed, taken advantage of, perhaps. But the positive aspect of the Ten of Swords, tens are completion too. Tens represent the end of a cycle, the coming full circle or culmination of something. So regardless of what happened to put this man face down on the ground, it's done. It's over. The worst is over with. It's happened, and it's not going to happen again. You can see there's a healing light shining through these swords. It's time to get up. It's time to start healing. The sun is rising in the background. A new day is dawning. The animals are beginning to return to the scene. It looked like whatever it was that left you with this sense of betrayal and loss, Leo, it's done. It's over. It's time to get up and start moving, start healing, start recuperating, because there are beautiful things on the horizon for you. And crowning that Ten of Swords is you, the Queen of Wands, fire. Fire is the element that governs the suit of wands. This is a fire sign individual, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. It's showing up as a female, but of course there's so many of you watching, and this is just a general video, so it could be male as well. For a lot of you, this is your power. This is spirit reminding you who you are. Remember who you are, Leo. Beautiful, strong, fiery. The Queen of Wands is all of those things. Independent, but still loving and nurturing. She's a real go-getter, very charismatic, probably easy on the eyes too. Very good at problem solving, very good at delegating, very good at inspiring. The Queen of Wands in her, or the King of Wands in their element, would not allow themselves to be stuck in this energy for very long. They would be like, okay, it's time to move on. What is out there on the horizon? What else can I accomplish? Strong, beautiful, independent spirit, overcoming this sense of betrayal and hurt and loss. If there's one message you get out of this, Leo, is don't forget who you are. Now, at or towards the end of April 2017, we have Temperance, followed by the Nine of Wands. Again, powerful, uplifting message from Spirit here. It's kind of like they want to pluck you out of this rut that you've gotten yourself in and say, remember who you are. Remember how wonderful and beautiful and strong and valuable you are. Remember all those wonderful things that you've done and those things that you've accomplished. Temperance is balance, harmony, finding your center, finding that center ground, particularly in a mental and emotional way. It's like being in the middle of a seesaw or a teeter-totter. When you're on the outside end, you're at the mercy mercy of the elements, of other people, of people saying things. But when you find your center, your sense of peace and acceptance with exactly who you are, where you are right now, it doesn't matter what's going on the outside of that seesaw or teeter-totter. You're in the middle, and while you may wobble, you're not going to fall off and lose your balance. This is about not also advice to for the next couple of weeks. Try not to be too overly reactive. Try to stay balanced. Don't let your head, your heart, or your mouth get the better of you. Keep it simple, keep it balanced, keep it centered and grounded, and don't give up. That temperance card is paired with the Knight of Wands, beautiful energy. You can see this soldier, and we're almost at the completion stage. We're at the 9 here. It's kind of like one last hurdle, one last obstacle, one last challenge in the way, withdrawing, trying to figure it out. It feels like you need to take a step back, get a different perspective, figure it out, because you're almost there, you're almost through, you're almost done. This soldier, because that's what he is, he's a soldier. He's been through a number of battles, and he's still going. You're almost at the end. You're going to pull through this, whatever it is, Leo, because of course it's going to vary. But the overall message, and it's so beautiful and so empowering. It's the sense that you have it. You have everything that you need to kind of move through this. And Spirit is asking you to have faith in them, and have faith in yourself, in everything that you've already managed to accomplish and what you are yet able to accomplish in the future. Again, I get this kind of sense, Leo, that there are some quite beautiful things on the horizon. So your temptation over the next couple of weeks, your challenge is kind of getting stuck in dwelling on this negative energy or this past pain, grief, and loss. Don't do that. Take a step back, get a different perspective, acknowledge your own strength and value and beauty. Come into your own again. Keep it balanced. Try not to go to extremes at all over the next couple of weeks, and keep going because you're almost there. Now, your overall message echoes that beautifully. One of my favorite cards in the tarot, another major arcana card, the Star. What's the message of the Star? Hope, faith, wish fulfillment. Even if you can't see the path in front of you, it's there, and your joy and fulfillment is on this path. Spirit is asking you to have hope and faith in the promise and potential of that. This is also about peace, restoration, and healing. The Star card often comes up when people who have been sick for a long time, and all of a sudden they start to feel better again. They went through a bad breakup and kind of crawled into that emotional cave, which we've all done before. One day you wake up, you walk out on your front porch, you realize the sun is still shining and life is still meant to be lived, and it's still good. This is a card of belief, faith, trust, renewed hope, renewed optimism. The best is still coming. Give of yourself. That's what she's doing. She's emptying her pitchers of water, completely emptying them out into this body of water she's kneeling in perfect faith and confidence that her pitchers will be restored when she needs them to, because the source itself is limitless. Trust, faith, hope. You are healing. You are going to continue to heal. Remember who you are, Leo, and all is going to be just fine. So, Leo, that pretty much sums up your April 2017 mid-month reading. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope that you find it useful and helpful, because that's why we do these readings. But most of all, particularly for those of you Leos who have been going through what appears to be a very difficult time, and I'm actually, my sun sign is Leo. It's going to be okay. You're healing. You're going to continue to heal, and you're going to come out of this beautifully, and even more beautiful and more stronger than ever. Don't forget the message of that Star card, hope and faith, Leo. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that it has helped and that you have found it as inspirational a message as I have. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal, specific one-on-one reading, feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the May, gosh, this year is passing by, for the May 2017 general readings. And until then, Leo, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.